She's also an author, and she works daily on trying to keep up with the message in her book, Achieving the Good Life After 50. With a speech titled, Attitude is Altitude, the lesson I learned from Ank, my stepmother-in-law. Please welcome Renee Rosenberg.
My stepmother-in-law, is 80 years old. She's been a major influence on me. She knows how to stay calm, she knows how to stay relaxed, and she knows how to stay accepting when faced with a difficult situation. Do you have someone in your life like that? Do you have someone who helps you stay calm, relaxed, and accepting when the situation is difficult? Madam Toastmaster, SEC Rough Riders, and welcome guests. Unc Van Hale, my stepmother-in-law, is a very, very special person. She knows how to keep her attitude altitude very high, and she's been a major influence in my life for the last 20 years. I would like to tell you a little bit more about Unc and how she's influenced me, and I'd also like to tell you an example of her behavior in keeping her altitude high and her attitude. Unc was 60 years old when she married my father-in-law. She lived with him in the Bahamas for 20 years, and when he passed away, she decided she wanted to go back to her homeland, Holland. She chose February 14th, 2007 as the day to fly back to Holland. Now, I don't know if any of you remember that day, February 14th, 2007. If you were flying, you might remember it. Anyone flying that day? Nobody here. You were here, I think it was a Thursday. Everybody was here at Rough Riders that day. That was the day of the great ice storm in New York City. The whole Northeast, actually, was covered in ice. The airports were closed, nothing was flying, no one was going anywhere. Unc Van Hale, my 80-year-old stepmother-in-law, was stranded in the airport in the Bahamas for 12 hours. 12 hours. Have you ever been stranded on a plane or at the airport? Anyone here? Yeah. How does that feel? Pretty bad. Well, we were really worried about her. She was 80. We were worried. How was she? Was she okay? 12 hours waiting to board a plane to come to New York and then to fly to Holland. That's a long trip for an 80-year-old. And she was coming to the very, very cold climate from the Bahamas. We were worried. How was she? Did she have anything to eat? Finally, she arrived at JFK at midnight, 12 hours later after her flight. We found her amongst the people who were all crying, screaming, yelling. It was a mess at the terminal. Baggage was piled up at the baggage belt as high as the Tower of Pisa. Everywhere, people, baggage. Where was Unc? Finally, we found her. Unc, how are you? How are you? I'm fine. I'm fine. What a relief to find her. How was your trip? Did you eat anything? Yes, I had the most wonderful meal. It was so good. Well, we looked at her. What kind of a meal could she be talking about? The only place to eat in this terminal was in the cafeteria. We knew it well. The food is greasy and old and stale. They probably only cook about once a month. How could she like this food? Unc, we're so glad you ate something. Oh, yes, I did. They gave me this food with such love, such caring, and such kindness that I loved it. It was wonderful. And the trip was fine. Well, at that moment, I noticed Rose standing over there pretty close to us. Rose is my friend. I said, Rose, Were you on the same flight as my mother-in-law? Yes, I was. And it was terrible, terrible. I had nothing to eat. We were there for 12 hours in the terminal. Everything was terrible. The only food was that cafeteria, and it was sleazy and greasy and disgusting. Horrible. I couldn't eat a thing. So I ask you, same circumstance, 12 hours in an airport terminal. It can be pretty bad. Different attitude, different choice of accepting what was. Unk, mellow, rose, ballistic. Is it your choice? Do you have a choice? Let me ask you, have you been in a situation where you find yourself out of control? Where you find that you can't control what's happening? How do you choose to react to that situation? How do you choose to be like Unk, mellow, or do you choose the ballistic side? Now, Unk naturally can do this. She has a natural personality of being calm and relaxed, which is why she's my guru. Do you have that natural personality? I don't. I really don't. So for me, it's very difficult. What I try to do is stay calm and relaxed. And I invite you to stay calm and relaxed. And remember her words: kindness, love, caring. Can you be kind and loving and caring to others and to yourself? So I want to ask you, can you practice that? Because we need to practice it sometimes. I need to practice it. Are you willing to practice it with me today?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
What I ask you to do when you leave here today, can you share a word of kindness with people in the room? One word. And can you also, all of you, share a word of kindness with me? Remember, attitude is altitude, and attitude is your choice.
Thank you, Renee.